Hey, Ed here from 10,000 Foot View, and I've got another Google Ads quick tip for you today. So just before I jump in, a reminder to please subscribe to the channel and like our content. We do post once or twice a week on all things Google Ads. Okay, so today I am going to talk about Google Ads account settings. It's an area in Google Ads that a lot of advertisers tend to ignore, and you shouldn't because certain things that you configure in here will definitely have an impact on performance. Okay, so this is a screen you get when you log in, and the first thing is super obvious. It's the account name. Generally, we recommend just using the company name or as appropriate for the account so that it's easy to navigate to. Second thing is account status. Your account will be active. If your account is ever disabled due to inactivity, then it would be inactive. You can re-enable it when Google does that, so don't worry if you get a notice that they are going to disable your account. You can restore that. Okay, data protection contacts. So this is specifically for the EU at this point. Um, Under privacy laws, you are required to provide data protection contacts if you're going to be advertising in that market. In this case, this advertiser is not, so it's not required. Third-party measurement. This is for companies that want to track things like brand lift, and they'll use a third party to monitor that. Most advertisers don't use this functionality. Next one is time zone, and time zone is really important because if you get this wrong, then if you use like ad schedules, like if you run your campaigns Monday to Friday 9 to 5 and you have the wrong time zone for your local market, the campaigns are going to run at the wrong time. Also, it's important for reporting, right? Because the 24-hour window in which you're reporting will be based on this. The last thing I'll just say is once you set this, you cannot change it. So literally, you would have to create like a brand new account to use a different time zone. Auto tagging, so basically just turn this on if you're really not sure what this is all about. But basically, auto tagging passes the Google click data into tools like Google Analytics so that they can properly report on clicks and conversions and things like that. Auto tagging can also work with some other third-party tools. Importantly, if you're not sure what to do here, just turn it on. It's probably going to be the right option. Tracking, so this is where if you do use something like CallRail or you use ClickCease, you would insert a tracking template here. It's also useful for third-party tracking like your CRM. I'm not going to go into how to set all this up. I will do a separate video on tracking templates in the future where I'll explain all of that stuff. Okay, call reporting. So this is specific to if you want to record calls, which is obviously a useful thing to do, noting there are some restrictions in some places, so be aware of those. You can also, if you use a third-party call tracking service like CallRail, you can integrate it here. And this is basically where you acknowledge the rules for call tracking. Negative keywords. So this is account level keywords, which is different from negative keyword lists or applying keywords directly to campaigns, negatives in this case. Importantly, when you add negative keywords here, it will impact every single campaign, including PMAX. So be a bit careful with this, but if you do definitely want to globally block certain keywords, this is where you will do it. Noting you only have space for 1,000 keywords in here, which sounds like a lot, but really isn't. Okay, IP exclusions. So these are account level exclusions where if you have somebody that is spamming you with clicks, we call click fraud, you could manually add the IP exclusions at the account level here. Most advertisers don't need to worry about this. If you use a click fraud protection service, generally that works at the campaign level IPs. And I don't believe the API supports integration here yet. So anyway, it's not something really most advertisers need to worry about. Auto apply recommendations, just turn it off. I've done a whole bunch of different videos where I talk about recommendations and that you shouldn't be using any auto apply because it can really make your campaigns go south in a hurry if you're not in control of that stuff. So just make sure it's turned off. Lead form ad terms. So lead form ads are basically where you add a form directly in your search ad that people can register without clicking through the ad onto a landing page. Typically, these are low performing, so you can get a decent response rate, but the lead quality tends to be very poor because those leads are not qualified by reading more, learning more about your products and services. So we tend not to use this, but if you do want to use lead forms, you do need to accept the terms for that. And the last one is customer match. And so how this works is if you upload a customer match list to your account, which would be like a contact list for your customers of email addresses, then you can activate this feature. And what Google will do is automatically enhance the bidding by being informed by that customer list. So Google's going to assume these are the type of people that you want to reach out to, that you want to target, and it will optimize your bidding based on that. Note also that besides an uploaded customer match list, you can also activate a feature that will automatically track anybody that converts based on your conversion tracking as a customer, quote unquote, and use that to inform bidding. And so these, you can use one or the other, both of these features. And so, for most accounts, it can be worthwhile to turn on both, but you have to, it's kind of situational. Again, this is something that I will probably come back to in another video and discuss in more detail about how to use customer match lists, how they can improve account performance and all that stuff. So I know today was a bit of a whirlwind. I went through this stuff quickly, and my intention is with some of these more complex settings, I will do separate videos on those in the future. But if you have any questions or comments, feel free to respond to the video, and I do look at those. Um, Also, just a reminder to please again subscribe to the channel and like the content. That is it for today. I will see you next time.